Hi everybody, happy Saturday sip. Today I am coming to you in a pre-recorded video so everybody's seeing the replay, so you don't have to type replay, although you can. That's fine. So I am going to talk and show a couple of projects, but before I do, y'all know that there's a big starter kit special excuse me, which I talk about constantly, I know. But it's such a good deal, I can't help myself. And I just want to bring everybody into the fun of the fold. It's like preaching to the choir here. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to show you a couple of things that as some of you will be able to order them next month, some of the things. But if you decide to join and purchase the starter kit, you're going to be able to get these things now. So what they are some online exclusive items that are coming out in November, but as demonstrators, we get to purchase them early. So I'm going to show you one suite. It includes the Garden Meadow stamp set and the dies. These are the dies. And you can see it cuts out everything. It cuts out all of the pieces in here, except for the sentiments, okay? But this I have to show you because it's these three pieces and they're a little weird. So I slapped this together really fast. So I would not call it beautiful, but see how it kind of makes a background for your, and you don't have to use it this way. And you can see I was literally using scraps. But it's cool. So I wanted to show you guys that. It comes with this beautiful ribbon. It is called Center Stripe. And it is in pecan pie. That's the color of the stripe. And this beautiful designer series paper, which I have showed you guys before. But I'm going to show you again real quick. I promise I have projects, so don't go anywhere. So, I'll start with just the artistic side. Look at these, are like frameable. They're so beautiful. I really, really love them. So pretty. And the back sides, most of them are plain, although there's a couple that have designs. So let me flip them over so you can see that's sort of a mottled green, mottled brown, more green. I think this one's interesting. I like it. Sort of a peacock. This one's cool too. And then look at these florals. Okay, a beautiful sky, another sky, more flowers, and a green. So you get a lot of use out of this designer series paper, and there's 48 sheets. Also, it comes with, I want to say it comes with some gems, but now I don't have them in front of me. Okay, so had I have just looked a little bit deeper, I would have found what the other items are. They are called adhesive back dragonflies and birds, and when it's in the package you can only see one of the birds, but there's actually two different designs of birds. This kind of reminds me of like a dove, but it's a bird and dragonflies. So they go really well with this paper. And the stamp set, again, Garden Meadow. So I think I showed you guys these before. I just did a quick little card with that one. And here you can see how it cut out that really pretty one. And then look, super simple. So they can make super simple cards. You are going to be seeing me doing more of these today, but they're not my focus today. Today, I will be using the Furriest Friends, which is also an online exclusive that all of you can order in November, but as a demonstrator, you can order it today. And I know I'm not usually cutesy, but I was cutesy with this one. And it has all these dies. You see I have the bear is not in here because we're going to be using that. And there's a stamp set that's I'm going to be using today. But this is actually makes a beehive. So that's why I'm pulling this one in, because this stamp set and suite right here, oops, this one is going to come out in January with the new mini catalog that will come out. And it has the stamp set Be My Valentine. So cute. We're going to be using some stamps from this. It has a punch that cuts out the bee or a word bubble and 2 hearts or the bee's wings. Okay. It has these adorable, and again, there's more colors, these adorable little shaped gems. They are called Hearts and Flowers. Makes perfect sense. But aren't they the cutest? Although I gotta say, these remind me of like eggs. I don't know why. They just do. Probably because that's my breakfast every morning. This beautiful ribbon that we're going to be using, it is called Bordered Ribbon. And here it is. We're going to be using that today. And this designer series paper that at first glance you're thinking, oh, it's really cutesy. I don't know about cutesy, Carrie. But the backs are just as great. So let me flip through this. Obviously it's bee themed, but look at this. Cute, right? So look at the back sides. Now this can be sewing stitches. It's supposed to be like the bees flying, you know, lines like this. And hearts, more bees. They're so cute, right? Flowers, more flowers, so totally not bee. Stripes, and then more bees, and a honeycomb. So, and of course you get 2 sheets of each. So that is the cool suite that, as a new demonstrator or current demonstrator, if you are going to Onstage, you get to order this, the Onstage virtual event that's coming up in November, and new demonstrators that join in this month in October 2023 get that Onstage for free. And as I've mentioned, it's a $77 value. I paid $77 to go. So here's a couple of cards that I've made with this suite. I think you've seen these 2 before. This is made with the Fluffiest Friends, which I just think goes so well with this suite. And then I made this one. This is a copy of a demonstrator friend of mine. It's a semi-copy. I changed it up just a little bit, but it's just a fun little fun fold. So those are some fun ideas when you mix the 2. So let's get started with a project. So I've already got my ribbon and I've already cut my papers and things. Now I do want to show you this quick tip. I knew that I wanted something to matte. So, and I want it in this color. So I cut it right out of the center of this, and that is done with the, let's see, they are called Deckled Circle Dies, and these are in the current mini catalog. So I use one, look at how many, I mean, like, wow, got a plenty of them there. And then, so we're going to put this is going to be covered, so I figured it's safe, right? It's going to be covered with this really pretty designer series paper. And I'm going to be using the punch and the stamp sets from the Circle Sayings. This bundle is in the current mini. This is a 2 3/8 inch circle punch and the Circle Sayings stamp sets. You can buy them separate, but when they're new, you know, you get the bundle for 10% off. So why not, right? And since they're photopolymer, I'm going to go ahead and grab my foam mat to do this. And don't need that right now. I am going to use the Memento ink pad just to stamp the thinking of you right there. Okay. And I'm not going to stamp anything else yet. I'm going to, because I want to see what I'm doing actually. So I'm going to slide this in and make sure that that's at the top. And see how I stamped it too low? I couldn't, can you see that? I can't get too close because I did that. I could stamp it again, but this is sufficient. An edge is good. So now I've got that fun piece. All right. So from here, I am going to stamp some of the flowers that are in the, sorry, I set it aside, the Be My Valentine stamp set. So you see how it makes the bee, and the little bee faces are so cute. But I'm going to be using the flowers for this card because I love Valentines as much as the next guy, but I don't send very many Valentines, and my husband lives here, so sadly he really doesn't get Valentines anymore. So yeah, well, that's how it goes. All right, so I'm going to start with Lemon Lime Twist, because that's what matches the Designer Series paper. And there are two leaf shapes, two different ones. So I am going to start with this one over here, and then I'm going to just stamp it again over here and see if that's dark enough. It's not super dark. Oh, look what I did. To make sure I put a flower there. So now I'm going to stamp this one, and I'm going to stamp it like that, so I make sure that my flower goes over that boo-boo, or close enough. Oh, I re-inked it. And then I'm going to put another one over here, and then I'm going to just add some more in there just for fun. Okay. That didn't come out as I expected. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip it over. Because that works for me. I don't know if it works for you, but that dot was really bugging me. So let's start over with this sentiment from the Circle Sayings and hope I don't mess it up. There we go. That's better. Now let me do that again. I'm just going to go ahead and make them full this time. I feel like it needs something right there. Okay, so now I have a bunch of little flower stems here. And I want to mimic the flowers that are on here. So I am going to start with Bubble Bath, which is a pink, just because I like it. This is actually, can't think of the name of it now. Hang on a minute. Petal Pink. But I did it with Petal Pink, and I didn't like it as much. So I'm going to grab this one little flower, and I'm just going to use the same little flower for all of them. Okay, then I'm going to clean it. Okay, and then I'm going to switch from the Bubble Bath to the Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to do one Balmy Blue. I'm going to clean this again. And I'm going to do a couple of the Sweet Sorbet. So there we go. So so now we've got the flowers on there. I'm gonna clean this real quick because I'm going to use it on another card in just a minute. So there we go. All right, so now we have this, so let's put it all together. Now we can start putting our card together. I am going to start with some Pool Party, which is probably the color blue I should have used on this card, but Balmy Blue is like one of my favorites, and I couldn't help myself. So that's what I grabbed, was the Balmy Blue. And my favorite liquid glue. It's a new bottle. I love a new bottle of liquid glue. I just do. It's true. I did not fold that well. Try that again. There we go. And I want my flowers going up, so let's turn that over. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. They go on here first. You'd think this was a live video with all the mistakes I'm making. It's crazy. And then that is going to go there. And now I'm going to take this. And this is matted very, very, very close, as you can see. I didn't want to go the next size up. To me, it was just, it was too much. And I had some ribbon, which of course I forgot to put on. So now I have to try to shove it into place. Oy, 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 you guys. Some days are just not my days. I don't know. It's kind of nutty, right? And you're all thinking, no, Carrie, this is pretty much you. This is how you roll. So I'm kind of getting it on where I want it. And then I'm going to try to lift these edges and tuck this under. This is the wrong way to do it, you guys. But you can save your card without ripping it apart. Ta-da! Sometimes it works. And then I am going to use glue dots. I know you guys are thinking, wait, you always use the tear and tape. I didn't, because not all of you buy tear and tape, but almost everybody always has glue dots. So I thought this time I would show you guys that it will stay on with a glue dot. So you just take your glue dot. Y'all know how to use these, I think. You press your ribbon to it, and I like to twist it to help loosen it from its transfer piece. And set that on there. And then I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and put it on the back of the sentiment. And see, I've turned this into not even remotely a Valentine card. So sometimes you got to think not Valentine-y when you are doing a Valentine packet. Because this one is very versatile. So there you go. I'm going to set that on there like that so you guys can see it. Zoom a little bit for you. Ooh, that's way too zoomy. Hang on. And now it won't unzoom. That's kind of funny. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, so this is card number 1. So believe it or not, I'm going to attempt to do another card. I know, everybody hold on, because it's a little bit scary at Carrie's today. So I'm going to move the circle sayings because we are done with that. I am going to be using, I've actually pre-stamped most everything and pre-cut most everything for this next card. So let me show you what I've got here. Oh, I forgot. I do have this for the inside of that first card, which I'll put in later. Okay, so I have some Daffodil Delight cardstock, some basic black from Matte. So this one is 4 by 5 1/4, and then the designer series paper is cut 3 3/4 by 5. And then with this die, remember me showing you that it makes a bee's nest. You know what I mean. But I'm going to doctor that up for you. And then I have stuff for the sentiment. I have already pre-stamped and colored the little bear, but I left the die on there because I wanted you guys to see that when I move the die, see how the bear is not white all the way around? I used a blend before I cut it out to color around the little bear so he isn't completely white. So I wanted you guys to see that. I think I've taught that trick before, but still I wanted you guys to see it. Okay, so here is what we're going to do. I am going to stamp the sentiment. I have to sit down, you guys, because I'm going to stamp. So everybody be prepared. Let me grab that again. And this piece, I believe it's 1 inch by 3. Yeah, it's 1 by 3. So I am going to start with the Balmy Blue. And again, from the Be My Valentine, I'm using some of the pieces. I'm going to be using this right here. And you see I have extra stuff on there. Don't let it make you nervous. And I am going to put this right there. So it's like the bee's pathway, right? And then I am going to take the heart from here, which can also be used for the interior of the wings of the bee. And I'm going to take the bubble bath again, ink up the heart, and this just barely fits. So stand up and try not to get my head in there. There we go. So now I have the little heart. And then again with the Memento ink, I am going to stamp the sentiment, which I have actually on this same piece that has the bumblebee's flight pattern. And it says, "You make my heart buzz." So I'm stamping that. And then I have some little bees, which are, oddly enough, in the Furriest Friends set. So you see how these work so well together, so well together. And we know how things work with the onlines, so this is why you want to grab it. So I'm trying to make sure I got my bees going in the direction that I want. I always have to think about it because it always looks to me like one is upside down. And I don't know how to fix it. It just is. All right. So I'm going to stamp that right there. There's my little bees. And I'm going to grab my marker, which is also in Brain Daffodil Delight. And I'm just tapping because this ink might still be a little damp and I don't want it to gray out. So now my little bees have color. So now I am going to show you how I turned this beehive into this beehive. Super simple, you guys. So I'm going to get my simple paper trimmer, and I'm going to be using the score tool for that. And now, here's the thing with the score tool. I want them to be straight, okay? So I can't really, I can't do this. I can't line it up. So I'm lining it up with these lines here. So this is it's about 3 inches. So I'm going to go to 2.5, and I'm just lining up this base with the 2.5. Okay. And then I'm just going to hold it, score, move over to the 2-inch line, hold it in place, and I'm just doing it every 1/2 of an inch so that they're about uniform. I don't know that a beehive is uniform. Beehive, that's the word I was looking for. And then 1 inch. Now this is where I have to switch where I'm holding it, because when I close it, my fingers won't be able to be there. And then go to the 1/2 inch mark. And again, hold it from this side. And now I have all of my score lines on here. Now, this was what I learned in doing this. When you want the scores, you want them to be prominent so that they have, you want to be able to see them. So every time I score, I am using my bone folder to really give it a good crease. Can you see how it pops it up? And I'm filming this in the evening, so my lighting is not like normal, like when I'm live. So well, I'm struggling a little bit here, guys. And there's my score line. Now I am going to stamp some bees on here, and you're probably thinking, why didn't you do that before you scored? Well, I didn't want my bee in the score, so I scored it first. Now I can take my bees, and if this doesn't work out, it's okay, because I already made one that did work out, and I'll just use that one. And I can look at my bees, and I can kind of eyeball where they're going to go. So there we go. Now my bees are in place, and I can again use my marker to darken the bees up just a little bit. Now they're a little bit more prominent. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take a blends brush and my Daffodil Delight ink pad. And like I said, I have one done, so I'm just going to show you the basics, and then I'll just use the one that I had. I am going to just recolor these lines, and I want to do both sides of the lines. Okay, so see how it gives it even more, and you can give it as much as you think it needs to really give it the color that you want it to have. And you're going to continue that all the way up, and then you're going to do the sides. Now my recommendation is that you do the sides darker, okay, because you want it to appear to be curved. And here is my finished one, as you can see, I think. Let me stand up. So see how I think it looks. Not too bad for a beehive, right? Okay, so now I have all of my elements ready, and we're going to put the card together now. This one does not have a bow, so I don't have to worry about forgetting the bow. And I'm going to fold my Daffodil Delight. You're going to want another piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white on the inside, or you may even decide to do a 4 by 5 1/4 black with a 5 by 3 3/4, like the DSP of the basic white on the inside. That would be pretty too. That would actually be really pretty. So now I'm going to put the designer series paper. Again, the black is 4 by 5 1/4. The paper is 3 3/4 by 5. And look at the back, is so cute. It's got those little hearts. And the color of the hearts is Sweet Sorbet. And the background is Petal Pink for that. So, like so. I'm just going to get all my pieces ready to go together here. I'll put my sentiment onto this matted piece of black. Again, the white is 1 by 3, so that makes the black actually a little bit smaller. I actually cut it to 1 1/8 by 3 1/8. I'm going to set that there for now so I can see what I'm doing. And the little bear is going to go there. Okay, so that's a good spot for this. I'm not going to press this up on dimensionals. I am going to put the bear up, though, in case you're wondering. And then my cute little beehive, which I love this beehive. I love how it looks when it's scored. I just think it just really gives it some fun dimension. And I'm going to scoot that up and center as best I can. You know how I feel about perfection, everybody. And now the cute little bear is going to go up on dimensionals, which I had here a second ago. But I have more. It's okay. Everything is fine. They're just smaller. I will find them as soon as I stop taping. Because that's how it works. And you may want to put quite a few, especially if you're using the minis. You might want to put a decent amount of dimensionals on this so your bear stays adorable if you're mailing this card. Which I hope you guys are not just making cards and setting them in a box somewhere. I hope that you are mailing them out. Say if you are. Tell me, how often do you mail cards? How many do you send a week, a month? I would love to know that. I send quite a few. I don't know if I've ever counted. I send to everybody who places an order. I send a card, and I send to my teammates for different reasons, and friends and family. So I send cards, which is nice. And I hope you are too. Sorry, it's taken me a few minutes to pick all these off, isn't it? I can't tell what I've picked off and what I haven't. I think I got them all. Okay, so now my little bear can be sitting right in front. Isn't he cute? Isn't this just the cutest little card? I know I made it myself, and I probably shouldn't say that, but I really like it. So here are my 2 cards today. I hope you guys liked them. Again, these are not things you can order right now. But if you decide to join my team of crazy stamper ladies, you can go to MemoryINKers.com and click the join button. That's also where you can shop. You just can't buy any of this stuff. And remember, it's like the best deals right now. 35% off the starter kit, or 35% more stuff in your starter kit. And don't forget, you've got me to help you with, if you need help joining, you need help getting on doing everything, we can get together, and I've done that many times. So I'm happy to help you with that, and I would love to have you, and I will take good care of you. So have a blessed and wonderful day. Again, I am Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan, and this has been a pre-recorded video. Bye.